Okay, here it is, just inside the National Monument of the City of Rocks. And it looks a lot like some of the Eastern Sierra climbing locations, Alabama hills. And so I'll zoom in here on these rocks, and basically I'm just going to drive through and head up the back side. So I'll probably stop a couple more times. So I'm past the boundary for the City of Rocks into the National Forest. I've stopped here because there's some water flowing here, and I think if I go a little farther I'll find some trees for cover and camping, but I don't know if there's water farther up, so I'm going to stock up on water. So this is about half a mile farther down this road, and I've had to skirt some snow and mud, and this forest here is fabulous. I'm so grateful to have some trees, and this is going to be somewhere in here home for the night. Okay, man, this is an adventure bike. I'll stop saying that when I tip over and have to pick it up. And so I went back farther on the motorcycle just to check things out. And it's really muddy and damp, just like here, but more to an extreme. And I'm not sure which of the forks is the Skyline Road, and from here the peak Cache Mountain is this way. And my tent is going to go in the trees here with just a brief spot of morning sun. Setting up my camp here, and there was a tree that had broken off over here, and so I'm going to utilize these pine needle branches for a nice layer, and I'm hoping that the branches don't stick up too much. And what I've done is turned them upside down because they kind of curl up. And so we'll give that a shot. I'm thinking the ground will be cold with the snow and the remaining moisture. And here's a nice cow turd feature. Cow pie is holding my camp chair in place. And see, I can sit here and taste out beer and wait for nature to happen. Here's a great spot. This is probably one of my favorite camp spots. It's like this rampart coming up to my castle, and the pine needle bed is just cushy comfy. I'm gonna sleep perfectly here. All right, it's the next morning, and it was quite chilly in that tent last night. It's quite chilly before I even went to bed. The wind was bringing down the cold. It was wonderful. Last night there was an owl somewhere, just, probably 80 yards up this clearing here. And he was hooting all night. He'd stopped for a while, and I said to myself, oh, he went away. And then he started up again all night. It was just brilliant. I love owls. And so I'm getting ready for a day hike, day journey up towards Cache Peak. And so my camp is right up here. And I heard some water. And there's plenty of water right here. It's great. Good news. And so there's 2 blowdowns here. And this was horribly logged out. And then there was a controlled burn. Just crappy. Yeah, so I'm gonna look for a way around. And there's blowdowns everywhere in here. I'm back here. I took the motorcycle back to camp, and I'm just gonna walk until I get tired, because more than anything I need some exercise. And so there's Cache Peak there. And I'm coming out into the open here. So I've just been soaking up the sun here. With fabulous long distance views. And my bearings are still a little goofy. So this is south. And way off in the distance I can see a line of snow-covered mountains. This is east. And I can see a closer line of snow-covered mountains. This is north. And there's Cache Peak. I'm not gonna fall. I don't want to fall. But I want to go up there. Alright, so I've just been zoning over here and just looking and relaxing and thinking and Cache Peak. And this is as close as I'm gonna get. It's a long approach, just like last time, a couple days ago. Let me try this. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some birds and no people up here. Another day. This is day 5 of this trip. Last night, the owl started up early, but just kind of timidly. It was still light out, and all the birds were doing their crazy end of the day thing, and he was real close, and he just did it once. He hooted once, kind of quietly, but it really stood out from all the rest of the chirping. So I went up to this little hill here, knowing that I would be in his sight, and so I gave him the chest pat to say thank you, and I could tell he saw me because he stopped and paused for a little while, and then he kind of moved farther off. But I had an epiphany last night of relocating my camp close to the end of my hike yesterday. Coming back, I kind of scouted a route around those trees on the motorcycle. If I could get far back there, set my camp up, I realize I have provisions for 2 more nights. Tomorrow I could attempt a summit of Cache Peak. So I got the clothing washed in the body, feeling fresher. Well, my plan worked, and I got about as far as I was yesterday, which is that knoll, and the motorcycle's about 200 yards on the other side there. I spent about an hour, maybe more, clearing roots around the downed trees. In all, there were probably a dozen. And then the road is snowed over here, and so I just decided to just park the bike in the trees on the other side. Well, I got a spot, and I'm setting up here, And I've gone to great means to make a better insulation from the cold, because all these nights eventually the ground gets cold. I can also do some padding inside with extra clothing layers and socks and stuff. We've had tanagers in this forest doing their cricket chirps and their morning and nighttime coo hoo 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 hoo, and bluebirds. But there's one here that I haven't heard before. So dinner's ready. I'm gearing up for a summit hike tomorrow. So here it is, my second approach, and it's all full of snow here. This is the road. It's tempting to want to follow the top around, but I'm thinking the snow is still hard. We'll find out. Looks like the end of the road here, but I can see some tracks continuing this way. I'm gonna get out of the trees and go around, and this wasn't so bad, except when that happens. Alright, so we still got a fence line here and a road ending there, and the road skirts around this way, but it's snowy over there, and there's an obvious route to there. We're gonna do it. And one of the hindrances is the sage and these shrubs, so I'm kind of looking for the easiest way through this stuff. I came from over there and lost all that elevation and had to climb up this steep slope. The road ends down at that saddle, and here there's a hiking trail to bring me up this far. Oh, dang, this looks kind of deep. I see a bit of a slash over there, a trail. You can see, oh dang, man, it's kind of messy with this snow here, and it's a deep canyon. So you can see here's the trail and there's the snow. I'm not sure what to do. Guess I'll go to the top here. Yeah, making my way up here, and it's looking more and more realistic after reaching this little butte here. And so I can just follow the edge of the trees and the snow. It looks like a bit of the trail right up there, and the best bit of fortune for me would be for that last saddle to resemble this, to have an edge of trees and snow with sage falling down. The peak is really close now. I'm excited. I'm happy because a couple days ago this wasn't attainable. And now I can see down into the city of rocks. And there's very clear views down here right now. The wind is coming this way. Here's the next saddle. Oh man, got a bad feeling about this. Come on. Oh boy. Look at this. A huge canyon. You know, I'll climb to these rocks and see what I got. And see, this snow is hard and easy to walk on, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. Hope we don't wake anybody up in here. Doesn't look too bad. Like I said, it's just hard to gauge the snow. And I don't want to be walking in snow next to rocks and you fall through, twist your ankle. And so I'm going to sit here and look at this. No, it's like 15 minutes, but it's a good place for a break. And there's the top. This hasn't been easy, and I've just been skirting the cliff here by about 75 yards or so, and just trying to pick the most logical way through. And I just never know where it's gonna sink in. It almost seems like the sunny spots are better, and not here. This is the final approach, and I'm slowing down. These sage branches are snagging my feet, tripping me, and the top is just up here. I was hoping to find the trail, but it's probably on the very top, and you can see there's snow, which I'm trying to avoid. And this is kind of a surprise to see just a little bit more. So this is the trickiest part here. These boulders are slick, even though they're not wet, and I don't want to get into any snow because there's a real chance of falling through into something like this, and I need to keep this bit of sage here in a line of sight because I don't want to go back anywhere else. And so I think I can get just up there without any problems and still see my diagonal route right up. It's pretty intimidating, but exciting, intense, And I've just been going slow, taking it easy. Still got more to go. And this cliffs out right here. And there's my sage way down there. And this was that close to being beyond my comfort level, because you know, one slip and you're down one of these little chasms, and you could easily get stuck or have a boulder fall on top. Oh man, yeah, I'm close to the top. It's right out there. And that's still a lot more work, because climbing on these boulders took a lot of energy, and that's all I see for the rest of the way. And here we cliff out. I don't like being so close. And I've been trying to avoid the snow. I'm doing a pretty good job of it. But it looks like, you know, I'll just have not as many steep boulder climbs, but a lot more boulder hopping, and then more snow there. It's a tough call because I'm a bit nervous right now, and pushing for that would take me into an overzealous zone. And you're saying, come on man, do it, come on, do it. Well, you're not here and I'm alone. I've got no safety net. Absolutely no safety net. My cell phone battery's dead, it's back at the tent. And this is rugged. This is rugged terrain. One false move and it's done. Real tough call. I'm down to half of my water already, and I was conserving it. And I've got all the way back this to go. You know, hopefully with no mishaps. Tough call. Yeah. I might call it. Might just call it. Yeah, it's time to go back. Even though it's that close, I've reached my limitation. So, I'm okay with that. This was a fantastic workout. And the wind is constantly nagging. There's also a point that I reach when I overexert myself, where I get a little jittery, and I'm almost there. And if there weren't all this snow, I'd be up there and back by now. Because there's a trail somewhere over there. Alright, gonna get some pictures and bail out. Back at camp. Today was fabulous. Going up, that was up to 10,000 feet there. I don't regret not getting that last bit. It really was quite dangerous. One last night here in the forest with my bird friends, and we're gonna bail out early to miss rain by noon. And so this is Albion Mountains, Sawtooth National Forest, Cache Peak. Here's some good news to tag on to the end of that. This 6-day outdoor event, I've accumulated 25 miles of hiking, which is amazing. I've just got to keep that going because it makes me feel so good. And I've probably climbed and dropped a total of 3,000 feet, maybe more, over that 6-day period. So, hey, even though that peak I didn't nab, I'm doing some good work here.